So Theodas and Henry are heading in. You see, as you step in, the aromas of the tavern come back in, and it smells much better now that the statue is a little bit cleaner. And yeah, you can see everybody is staring at those people who don't seem to be minding the stains on their clothes. And the barmaid is bringing over large pints for all four of them, and she starts engaging in conversation with the three humans, and she refers to them by name. She seems to know those people. One of them, after all, is dressed as a all three of the humans seem to be locals. One of them is, I think I said, dressed as a blacksmith, dressed as a priest, and dressed as a local guard. And she's and they immediately start to talk about their next quest and what they're going to do as soon as they leave the tavern. And she seems confused. What do Theodas and Henry do?
I also go over to their table and ask if they know anything. Do they have the red spots?
Do they have what?
The red spots?
Yes, they're the people who have the red spots on their skin.
Yeah, so okay, so they all have them, so I will also ask them and ask how they got them, if they know anything about the statue, and well, I assume Baxalar, did you tell me about the kobold and stuff, I assume?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, so when I
For intents and purposes, that be fine with me.
yeah, so yeah, so I also asked the kobold about well, I don't I won't try to be too accusatory, but just ask him particularly if he knows anything.
The kobold looks at you and is like, "Go away."
Oh. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It seems serious. I'm especially wondering about this sort of sickness. I turn around and I say, it looks like even my companions are starting to get it, not me for some reason. But it's a bit worrying, don't you think? I just want to know if you have any idea about it and possibly what happened with the statue. I don't necessarily ask the kobold since he doesn't look like he's too friendly.
And you like the kobold squints, and he's gonna say, "It's you people. It's your fault. You tall ones like you came to my village with big red spots. Got everybody sick. Your fault."
Oh, tall people, just not yellow skin, just tall people. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, that's problematic. What did they look like? Were they human? Or did they? Do you know where they came from or anything?
See, now, go away. I just want some beer in peace. And
Okay.
you can see the blacksmith puts his hand on your arm and says, I think it's better if you go. We've had a rough morning, some incidents, and it might be best if we just leave it at that. And you can see a twinge of flame sparking in his eyes, and you recognize the one of the telltale signs of a sorcerer who has some innate fire magic.
Okay. I back my I get his arm off mine and I just say okay, I will not ask you anything else, and I just back away.
Okay.
Well, I turn around. I don't. I turn around and go back to the others.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna use this for the cleric. Okay, you head back away. The others, you are spotting a group of guards heading towards the tavern. There's 5 of them, and they're with this teenager who's got this shocked look on his face and who's walking straight ahead, and he also has large amounts of blood on his clothes, much more than the rest, and it seems just about as fresh. And you see Henry the guard is at the head of the procession. They're heading they're heading for towards the tavern. You see them stop when they see you. Henry leans in to the teenager, points towards you, and there's a short shake of the head, and then they head inside of the tavern, and you hear voices getting raised. People seem to be getting angry in there. What do you do?
Well,
Sounds like a ruckus.
I just like peek in there a little bit.
Okay.
They're typically noisy, but as long as nothing's breaking, I'm not rushing in there.
Should we go help?
Eight.
So inside, you can spot that Henry is getting in is like getting into this confused argument with the other townsguard, who's part of the group of 4 people, who now seems to be claiming that he's a knight and he's better than the rest of the guards, and that they should be left in peace. That teenager, those kids were trying to rob us, and we gave the other one what was coming to him. And tensions seem to be rising.
I just. That's right. I just keep on listening in, and if people knows me that I'm peeking in, hopefully that will intimidate them not to do something. But I'm getting vibes that something's gonna go down. I'm getting vibes. I'm gonna say "I told you so" to someone. I'm just gonna get ready for the shitstorm.
I think right next to you, you'd see like Nitty started off with just like his leg bouncing, and now he's like full-fledged bouncing up and down. Like, oh, we got to do something. We should go in. We should go in. We could fight somebody. Come on.
Not yet.
All right.
I'm just standing there, kind of scratching my arm because I response to my.
Yeah.
I think I caught something. Someone cast a lesser restoration. Great, I'll fight.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go in.
You can also see that some of the guards and the barmaid you talked to earlier are also starting to develop some small red rashes, and then the local blacksmith raises his forging hammer, slams it down on the table, and opens his mouth, and a torrent of flame comes out of it, and he's casting a fireball on the local guards, and the guard in their group joins in the fight, and they start to basically murder the local town's guard with a certain efficiency. Are your characters staying out of this? Are you?
At this point, I'd be like, damn it, it's always violence.
Here we go. Here we go.
I think we're gonna roll initiative.
I told you so in Draconic. What did I tell you? I told you this would happen.
All right.
Okay, so
I think they know it.
The blacksmith, the sorcerer, he cast fireball on the guards and the teenager.
Yes. I don't know the
Okay.
details of that spell, so I'm gonna rely on you. But I'm trying to use the okay, hold on. Let me see if there is a sorcerer monster that I can just rely on.
Or you could just, I've done it before, just use the sorcerer class.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a mage NPC that seems to have fireball, so I'm just gonna like use that. It's a 3rd level spell, and I have 3 slots, so I've used one of these.
Okay, so I want the teenager. He was affected by the fireball.
Yes, the teenager
Okay.
is screaming. The teenager doesn't have armor like the guards around him, and seems to be pretty hurt.
Okay, out of sympathy, as the fireball is cast, I use my reaction to use a nature cleric ability, dampen elements. So he essentially gets half damage on that attack.
Right.
He gets resistance to fire.
All right. Go ahead. Oh yeah. I don't think you need to cast any. Do you need to roll any dice to do
No.
this? Okay.
It's just a
So
reaction.
so just as the flames are starting to engulf the place, you you see that it's like bright blue coming out of the blacksmith's mouth, but it reverts back to being red just before it touches that teenager, burning him less than would otherwise have happened. Okay. The town's guard are going to be mostly incapacitated for this fight. It's gonna be up to you to save the day mostly, since I'm a bit iffy on the rules, so I'm kind of iffy on using so many NPCs in the fight. So everybody's rolled initiative. I assume I should too.
I think you can reorder it so it's
Oh yeah, I can do that. I just need 1 second. Where is the initiative on this character? I'm sorry, everyone. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh yeah, I should have selected this character to do that. My bad. All right, here we go. Yeah, 10 for the blacksmith. Just 1 second. Kobold. Yep. All right. The kobold's initiative also comes into play, and the guards. Okay. Yes, that thing. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm getting some echo from someone. All right. Thank you. Okay, and descending initiative. So, Theodos, you're the first to act. What do you
kind of just see what happens, and I go, oh, for God damn it! And I just can't. All the like mage enemies are kind of gathered around this table, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. They're all right here. Mm-hmm.
I kind of sigh, and then I kind of reach in my pocket and pull out what looks like a piece of like some kind of like squid or whatever, and I kind of use it, and I just cast black tentacles.
Okay. Nice. Oh,
Which,
I'm getting some
creates-
feedback from I think Truji.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I think like the audio when it gets very loud is picked up by your mic. Like right now. Okay.
And
Are-
it's a 20 by 20 foot square.
okay.
So
Okay. So, do I need to make any rolls to protect myself?
they all of them have to make a dexterity saving throw,
Okay.
or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
So I
and
click.
be restrained.
All right. So I click dexterity on the sheet to make the roll. Got it.
Well, those are dexterity checks. Dexterity saving throws.
Oh,
are-
okay. What's the?
I think on the sheet you have your stats,
Mhm.
but there's also a section just above your skills that says saving throws.
Oh, I do not. Not on the.
I don't know about on any
Mm.
NPC.
I'm pretty sure the
characters.
NPCs are very simplified. And
Yeah, so I think just dexterity works.
yeah, that's what I did. All right. Mage is also gonna do one. So that was the guard, the mage, and the kobold. So what's the difficulty? 17, you said.
Mhm.
All right. In this case, sorry. You are going to hit both you're going to hit everyone apart from the blacksmith, who's able to like roll out of the way just before the tentacles wrap around him. How many? How
They
much?
each take 10 bludgeoning damage and are restrained.
Okay, so that means they cannot move, I suppose.
Yep.
All right, hit points. Okay. So this guard has. Okay. All right. I have 1 hit point left on this guard. Got it. Oh no, that's the priest. Never mind. Yeah, but I'm using a similar profile. Never mind. Okay. Okay. 1 as well. How much life points does the kobold have? 5. The kobold is basically like the one of the tentacles wraps around its neck, immediately snapping it and killing it.
I'm just like, oh shit. Okay. Well, he's dead.
All right. Truji, do you think you could mute yourself when you're not talking, or use press to speak so that we don't get the feedback? Thank you very much. Okay, Theodas, that's your turn. Next up is the guard. The guard turns around, looks at
I think it's his roll 20 audio.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh yeah, I think it's the audio from Roll20. That's why I asked him to mute himself on Discord so that we wouldn't get the.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The guard is next. The guard turns around, sees you holding this tentacle in your hand, looks at the body of his murdered friend, and says, "Murderer! He was a good adventurer!" and is going to charge you, despite the try to. He's gonna like move around the table. Avoid getting into contact with anybody else for an attack of opportunity, and just try to attack you. So I guess I click this.
Oh, guy, he's critted me.
Ooh, nice. What does that mean?
I don't know how you get damage with this, but usually when you do a roll, after you do the roll, you click on it again and it shows the damage.
Oh, I think that was like a free. It says free. Oh, no, wait. 1d. No, okay, wait.
But,
hit is oh, I do 4 piercing damage.
No? Oh, but
No, that's the attack roll. It doesn't have. It hasn't calculated damage.
4 is the average. We don't use that usually. It's the
Okay.
afterwards. There's supposed to be a number of dice.
Yeah, a dice roll associated with the weapon, like a D6 or.
Got it. Yeah, it's a d6 plus 1. That's why that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so you so instead it's 2d6 plus 1.
Okay.
Because you critted, so
Alright.
it's double the damage.
2d6 plus. Oh, so wouldn't it be 2d6 plus 2 instead of 2d6 plus 1?
No, we only
No,
go
the plus
dice.
one is
Okay.
someone else.
You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Let me see if I have something that I'm able to do as a reaction to that. Give me a second.
Yep.
Because I do have various. I actually think I do have something. Yes, I do. It's called Hellish Rebuke.
Hmm.
I will cast this at 4th level. He has to make a dexterity saving throw or take
12 points.
34 fire damage.
Oh, I am going to die. I have only 1 life point. Dexterity saving throw. Here I go. 18.
Let me see what I think on how that means he takes no damage. Damn it, he's good with that. Let me just double check with Hellish Rebuke.
I just rolled pretty high.
Half the damage, so I think I still kill him.
Oh yeah, you still definitely. Yeah, he's very dead. This
I
local.
still take the 10 damage, but he
Yeah.
catches on fire.
Yeah.
When he stabs me.
You add to the flames that are already engulfing the tavern, and just burn this guard to Chris as he was trying to rush you. The pieces of his armor that are metal clutter to the ground as his entire skeleton is just evaporated into ash. Baxalar Blackscale, you're next on the initiative. What do you do?
Right. I heard mention that everything is now on fire.
Yes, that is very much true.
Civilians, any people, bystanders that aren't already in the building.
All right. So the barmaid is trying to make her way out, but towards the front door. But y'all are in the middle of the front door, and she just saw someone getting burnt into nothing for getting too close to one of you. So she seems to be backing in the hopes of getting to a back door or back window. Another one of the patrons. There's one patron who seems to be this elf of indeterminate gender, who's very drunk, who's watching the entire thing, terrified, and just trying to figure out what they're gonna do next. So you do have this person in need of rescuing.
Okay. I do believe it's a little person that's just outside of the orange-yellow square is baddie, right?
Yes. This is the
All right.
This is the blacksmith that set everything on
All
fire.
right. I would like to javelin square at him, preferably in an area that will prevent him from making fire. And
Javelin, what?
He's
Javelin,
throwing a
your
javelin.
throat.
Okay. All right.
And it's an attack roll. And how do I do that?
You should have an under your equipment, on your character sheet. It's like kind of in the middle. There's a thing that says attacks and spellcasting. If you put a javelin in there, you should be able to just click on it and do an attack roll.
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
16. So I guess I compare that to my
His
AC.
To the AC.
Okay, my AC is 12, 15 with mage armor. Would I have mage armor? It doesn't matter. I get hit anyways.
Requires him to cast it.
Okay, so yeah, I am hit, and I am hit for how much damage?
Just click on the
Javelin thing.
javelin.
Okay, all right,
4
that's 4 piercing damage. All right, I've got 40 minus 4 is that's going to be in
All right.
map layer. That's
And,
36.
Where? Just wait until you're done mathing.
Yep.
Right. It's terrified.
Oh,
Another patron.
I'm terrified. Okay, why am I terrified? Is it a power
There
that?
is no.
No, he's looking for the terrified patron.
Okay,
The
all right,
whole reason I asked for Stiffies in the first place.
got it. So yeah, you step in. You step in. You try to find the.
I want to move towards him, or at least away from the door, so that way people can get out.
Yeah,
Here's my plan.
got it. Yeah, the terrified elf patron is right here.
Right, I'm gonna just shimmy shammy myself on over.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how far I can go, or if I can take any additional actions.
You every turn you have at least 30 feet of movement, unless something's preventing that.
Okay.
Or you dash if you to get
Dash either requires an action or something else.
Yeah.
So
you
you have about 30 feet, so you can get around like.
all right?
there.
Then
That would require you to jump over that table or to shove it to the side.
let me see what I have an acrobatics thing that I'm good at. So
Also,
You could
or
that's
actually,
all-
I'm
hop
better
over
at
it or
athletics.
just kick it out of the way.
I'm gonna do an athletics roll. I think that would just be like shoving.
Okay.
Yeah, athletics would be like just kicking it out of the way.
All right, that looks good.
Yeah, I think that since it's just like a measly table and chairs, they get shoved off to the side, and you
Punts it across the room.
yeah you reach the drunken elf, and they're just like whoa I'm unarmed. What do you do?
No, I would like to eventually, either with this turn or the next turn, pick him up and just get him out of here.
Okay, all right.
Shove it out the window.
So I'm not sure if you have enough actions for this. If you don't right now, it's going to be Needy's turn.
Okay, but Baxter, you have a second attack.
All right, I'll just see who I can hit. Is this dude someone I can hit?
Yeah, this is the cleric. Haven't rolled initiative or much right now. This person is inside of the tentacles, trying to get away. What do you
Yeah, they're restrained.
Okay. Right. Can I see the dude that I just put a javelin in and put another one in him?
do? Sure.
Right.
I think that like you can aim between the tentacles and just throw your javelin in. It's not your first rodeo with a sea monster between you and whatever you're aiming at. You were a pirate after all, so.
Though if you do attack the cleric, you'll have advantage because it's restrained.
Restrained.
Yeah.
We'll still put another javelin in the dude that breathes fire. That, for now, is the biggest threat in Baxlar's mind. So, I'm gonna hit you with another javelin. That may work? Probably not.
For
I think his AC is 12,
yeah, it's 12. So you so this time like the he sees it coming, dodges out of the way just before it manages to pierce him like the other one did. Okay, it's now Needy's turn.
All right. Nitty is going to burst through the door. and he's going to this table's gone, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going to zoom past Henry here and say, "Excuse me, coming through." And then he's going to jump on this table and kind of do like a twirling kick and do a massive kick to the cleric's face while he's
Okay. All right.
So he's going to roll my attack.
Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Oh shit! A crit.
Yeah, I just critted him.
I have 1 life point left, so the cleric is down. You basically just like twirl around, roundhouse kick him, and you hear something something snap, something of like bone, or it might be his spine, it might be his skull. The body just falls limp onto the floor. You can see that he was raising the symbol of pillar towards and trying to aim it at the dead kobold, probably to resurrect the kobold. But now he is very dead. Too much to do anything. And
Okay,
it's the sorcerer. Oh, sorry.
Wait, yeah.
You get
it's
more
kind of a
actions?
thing like a monk where they get to like attack a lot.
Oh,
So
okay. Got it.
I still have like 15 of movement. So he's going to basically like he lands the kick on his face and then does a backflip off his head,
Okay.
and is going to also try and kick this one in the face. If you want me to do acrobatics, that's
I think there should be a roll to get over the tentacles and the fire, because there's tentacles on one side, fire on the other. So.
Tentacles make it difficult terrain, which cuts your movement in half.
womp womp.
Unless you can just jump over it with acrobatics.
Yeah, I probably could do that.
The closer for me.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's another crit.
nice.
Yeah,
All right.
I was gonna say it'd be pretty difficult, but you.
Place your character wherever you want. You move in the air as if you are light as a feather, twisting in the air and just landing exactly on top of the sorcerer just before it's their turn to act. Okay.
Still get to attack. So
Yep. Go ahead.
22 hit.
That's a hit. Yep.
He dead.
6 damage.
Okay, wait. Yeah, 6 damage. Got it. Okay. I am now at 30 life points. Okay. Yeah. So you land with your fist, punching the sorcerer back through the door into the kitchen. He's still standing, and like you can see rage and fire in his eyes as he's preparing his next spell. But also like his face is like really bruised.
How'd you like that? And he's kind of like as he lands, he's kind of jumping in place and like rolling his shoulders, like yeah, love.
Not as much as you're gonna like that, and like prepares a spell. Is it? Do you have any more actions?
I'm not gonna spend any keys, so I'll end my.
All right. Let's see. It says here. Okay. Ice Storm sounds. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Ice Storm seems like. I mean, I could try Fireball again, but I feel like Ice Storm or Cone of Cold, since they're higher level spells, would be more fitting. I think, yeah. Actually, because most of you are right in front of me, I'm gonna go with Cone of Cold. Can
That's
somebody
a smart play.
tell me what exactly I'm doing?
Yeah, Cool of Cold is a save, Ice.
Okay.
You
So
should be
it's
able to just
for-
click, yeah, there.
Yeah, I click it. All right,
Oh,
DC
my,
14 Constitution save. All right, it's a 60 feet cone. I'm
Jesus.
I'd say that's supposed to hit all of you, so everybody make the Constitution save.
Why did it have to be Constitution?
And it's 33 damage. Wow, that is
Damn
a
it.
lot.
Oh my god. Okay, I used I used dampen elements on myself.
Okay.
So
To take half damage.
yeah, to take half damage, and if I take half damage already,
Okay. Roll Constitution, and I think Henry also needs to roll. Okay. So Pulp, yeah. So Pulp, you're okay. You're. Wait, hold on.
I take half
yeah,
damage.
yeah.
I take half damage.
Okay, but you passed the Constitution save check,
Yeah, I did.
and also you dampen elements. So does that mean you
yeah.
take 1/4 of damage or no
Yeah,
damage?
well, actually, for the dampen elements, is the teenager he's still there?
Oh yeah, the teenager.
I
is
use it
also
on him. I don't want. I think he's like important, so I
Okay.
don't want him to die.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me check something. Yeah, the guards had 11 hit points. The teenage, even taking half damage, the teenager is still going to freeze to death.
Okay, well,
From this attack.
I'm going to use it on him and on me.
Does it at least put out the fire?
Yeah, it definitely puts out the fire. I was getting to deleting the
sorry.
fire. No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so that's much more dynamic. Yeah, but basically, I just like he blows on all of you, Superman style. Icicles start to form. Your body starts to freeze and go numb. You can feel this intense pain in your fingers as they start to freeze, and you think the frostbite might take off the tips of your fingers, but after a few seconds it stops, and you're all still alive, even though you took some damage.
And Nitty kind of shivers, says, why the cold shoulder?
I'm not gonna answer that. Henry, you are next and last to act. What do you do?
Well, I don't exactly want everyone to die because, well, first my character is a pacifist. But, well, that's a bit overdue, but I think he wants information, so he's not going to use any attack, but he will use calm emotions. So this is the spell, and the draw shape, alt. Think like.
Do I make a check? Okay.
Yeah,
charisma
you.
saving throw.
Yeah. You make a charisma save. Yeah, charisma save, and envy. You also take one.
What I'm guessing you failed, but what's your spell save DC?
17. Yeah.
So I'm being calmed supernaturally.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now you're just you're calm now.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay. So yeah, you cast it, and I think Needy also needs to make a charisma saving check.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and he's gone. Okay, we'll get back to that. Okay, you see the blacksmith stop for a few seconds. Oh, Needy, can you make a charisma saving check, difficulty 17, please?
Lee.
Oh boy, charisma? Not great.
Yeah.
Okay, you are also supernaturally calmed down.
I think my internet's kind of cutting out a little bit.
Oh, that happens, unfortunately. The blacksmith shakes his head a little bit, as like his emotions are dampened at the same time as his fire, and you can see that the red spots on his face start to like just retract very slightly as his as he calms down, and he like raises his hands you can and like he's going to cast something that's more defensive, so probably something like mage armor. While saying, "Hold on, we don't have to take it this far."
Okay, and well, talking is a free action, but I don't think I could. But it would be an action to make a persuasion check to get him to stop being hostile.
Yeah, because calm's only gonna last for a minute.
Yeah, I just want like to well, because he'll only get back to being hostile. But if the GM rules it to be, or if I guess he wouldn't stay hostile unless he has any reason, and well, everyone dead around him would be a reason, I guess. So.
Yeah, he would have a reason because he has strong feelings for the people you killed, but strong feelings that are hard for him to explain. And since his feelings are being dampened, it's a very confusing situation for him. I think, yeah. So in the next turn, he's not going to be attacking. You can see that he's backing off from the entire scene, just looking scared and confused and trying to defend himself. So he's casting this defensive mage armor, but it's not technically another combat turn unless y'all want to finish him off. So what do you do?
So now it's not combat anymore.
I think it's more like temporarily.
It's only combat if you want to keep attacking.
Then I guess as in addition to my calming him, I'd like to not run, but go up to him and try to calm him down. Like, hey, don't worry. I just want to know why are you doing this thing? Why? What is happening? Why? What happened?
Go.
I'd rather not continue combat because I don't.
All right. Yeah. So you go ahead and roll your persuasion. I think would be.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
That'll do.
Yeah. You get him to calm down. Reflexively, he's reaching down to his belt and like shakily opening this small bottle and downing the contents before turning and saying, "This was supposed to be a new turn, a new leaf, a new life for all of us, adventuring. Why did it go so bad so quickly?"
Yeah, I understand. Well, I understand that it's unfortunate, but what is it? What is it that happened? Why all this?
Oh, I guess we were messing around, and this morning, the kobold wanted to pull a prank on the town, so I helped them climb up on the statue, and well, you saw what they did, and those teenagers, they saw us and they said we shouldn't do that, and started following us, and one of them lifted the purse of the kobold, so we killed him, and then we came here. Oh my god, that's Carl's son. That I killed Carl's son for just for a few pieces of gold. Oh my god. And like,
Okay,
yeah. What about the rest of the team? There's still just a few embers of fire in the tavern. Townsfolk are gathering to see exactly what's happening and why there's icicles out of the tavern's front door. What do you do?
Well,
Basically, as he's going on and on, I'm like healing myself.
Okay.
So I'm like creating like a healing elixir and using a few hit dice to
Alright.
just get my HP back up.
Alright.
I'm just gonna take this other guy and just either carry him or just gently push him to like the edge and just gradually use my very intimidating presence to get everyone outside it.
Okay. Yeah.
The guards.
They don't need to be asked twice. They're going to like tentatively see if there's any more spells being thrown around, and then just run out through the door, kind of slipping on the ice created by the cone of cold, catching themselves, and then just heading out.
I would just like, duck out and say, a little bit, need couple buckets. Most
You're cutting out a lot. I didn't hear what you were saying.
Well,
basically
here's-
telling the townspeople that it's a little bit on fire, but it's not as much on fire.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll just need to take care of the fire, and then everything will go back to normal.
Yeah. So one of the townsfolk, the dad that you saw earlier, he says, the local guards, they're in charge of putting out fires. Where are they all at?
Funny
They
story.
are
I tell you later, and I just go back inside and be like, "Where are the guards? Where are the guards?"
I kind of
Right.
well, since there's a fire, I kind of use my last spell slot until I take a short rest to cast create water.
Okay, nice.
So I just kind of
You
extinguish the flames.
Yeah, you wave your arms, and a torrent emerges from your hands, splashing around the tavern, filling one of the cups and just dousing the rest of the fire in like a loud psh.
I think Nitty would push past Henry and towards the sorcerer here, and kind of like grab him by the scruff of his shirt and say, "You killed people for nothing, for nothing." And he looks back at Henry and says, "We need to do something with him. He doesn't deserve to be free. Maybe not even a."
Well, let's bring him to the guards.
No,
I'll
you see,
deal with him.
he's not completely in his own mind. I think I can help him. I think I can. Does the sickness, does it look magical or mundane?
You think it? Go ahead and make a roll. I think that would be
Arcana?
yeah, something like that.
Well,
Or-
if you're trying to determine if it's magic, that's Arcana. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, it's
Do you have
definitely.
advantage?
Would you have advantage? I don't know.
Hopeful thinking.
Not really, no.
Okay. Now you have no concept of a disease being magical like this. Never heard of it. In your mind, it could either be a curse or just a normal sickness. You don't really know. But you do know it's contagious, and everybody roll a Constitution saving throw, difficulty 15, apart from the person who resisted it the first time, for whom it is still a difficulty 20.
Don't. The greatest.
Okay,
Hey.
better rolls this time. And last person? I think.
Only
Yes.
three of us got.
Oh yeah. I think
Well,
it's.
the other person has to try to beat the first one, right? You
I think
said?
it's 2G, and he can barely hear us.
Yeah, no, I resisted the first one, and I
Yeah.
have 18 now, so I don't resist.
Okay. In this case, red spots start to appear on you as well. And
I just kind of noticed. I'm like, you know lesser restoration, right? Maybe you can cure this.
Yes, yes, I can, but I don't have infinity spell slots. I need to.
Did I do good?
Oh, good, true G. What?
oh,
Wow.
well, he rolled just before I rolled a 26. So, Truji, you enter the second phase of the disease.
Hey!
There is a each phase after the first has some benefits and has one benefit and one disadvantage. During the second stage of the disease, called the NPC phase, you are slightly confused and you tend to repeat the same sentences over and over a lot of the time. So things about your backstory or things about getting an arrow to the knee, and and until you fail the next check, you are going to have to be at a disadvantage to interact with people who are not infected with the disease, and you are, but in exchange, you are going to be at an advantage for any attempts to influence your mind. You're very focused on just those sentences that just keep coming back to you, and on your on
You heard of the high elves?
all right, so that's you're in the first stage. Everybody else is just has the red spots.
Something's making Nitty itchy. I don't like this.
I just kind of back around like, ugh.
Right.
I kind of want to. I'm not proficient in this at all, but I want to see. Like, I want to see if it's like any if I have any medical knowledge as to what kind of disease this might be.
Yep. Go ahead and make.
I guess it would be probably a pretty hard roll.
Yep. I don't know what skill though. Maybe nature, maybe
Medicine.
survival. Oh, medicine.
There's
There's
a medicine
a
skill.
medicine skill that makes
I'd
sense.
say like 17 maybe.
It's this disease has not been seen in the world in a very, very long
Okay,
time.
so 20 probably.
Go ahead and make your.
Nope. I don't know it.
All right. You. It's a very whatever it is. It's not something that you've heard about. It's not something that's been in any books that you've read.
Could
Nitty
I
starts
make
shaking
a medicine check? Like I did an Arcana, but
Yeah, go ahead and make a medicine check.
yeah, because I have like +9 for it. So
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, you pass. All right. You have heard of a disease like this. It's okay, let's just give me 1 second. There. Okay, so you have heard that there's a continent nearby that was ravaged by this extreme plague that just turned everybody into violent warmongers, and everyone from the oldest elders to the to the sickest adults took up arms and murdered each other, and that civilization ended. Its ruins lie just on the other side of the Great Sea, not far from where you are, since you are in a town that is close to the waters, and the telltale signs of the start of this epidemic were red spots on everyone's faces, and you know that there's 5 stages to the disease.
okay. Well, I guess I would take. I would say everyone follow me, but keep your distance from each other. And I ask and I tell the sorcerer, well, we need to please you need to follow me. I will explain everything later, but we need to get away from everyone. So like we need to like contain this or something. We need to not be to not
Contain what? What are you talking about?
the spots, the sickness, everything that we need. I grab his shoulder and I use lesser restoration.
Okay. You cast Lesser Restoration. It's supposed to heal most diseases, and you can see the spots regressing even more than with your first spell, almost disappearing, but not quite.
Okay, and I ask, I tell him, okay, so it seems like we can't really, I can't really like destroy it, so I guess it's.
I feel much better. I feel more like myself. I don't want to go and murder things for gold anymore. I want to go back to my shop. Oh my god. The townsfolk, they're never going to forgive me. What do I do?
It's all right. They'll forgive you if they can understand you. You were not yourself. You were afflicted by this sickness, this curse. We could even say it's not your fault.
From what I know about humans, they probably will blame him from this.
Yes, they will, but you're trying to reassure him, dude.
Okay. I'd say make a roll to calm him down. I think persuasion.
Well, you're directly lying to his face, so that'd be deception.
Deception?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I'm not really trying. I'm not really lying. Okay, if you want, like 18.
Okay. Would that be enough to calm a person in this case? He still has the emotions slightly dampened by your spell that's just like ending. So it shouldn't be too hard to calm this person.
I'd say it worked.
All right.
Not extremely hard because he's calmed down.
Okay. The blacksmith starts to take in deep breaths, and okay, I'm calm. You got me out of it. Let's just contain it, like you said.
Yes. We should. Oh, well, at least like I think we are all infected in here, so I think we should just I guess all stay here or just go away from the town. I'm not sure. I didn't really plan anything yet. It's not. I don't exactly have the time to do that.
Well, what about the statue? If they did that nasty stuff on the statue, it's gonna spread the plague.
Oh yeah, extra. That must be why we are infected.
I mean, I just, as they said, I was like, we can just clean the rest with more prestidigitation. It's not gonna be that hard.
Get someone who can.
I
Because we are sick.
I was the one who did. I just go and I clean the rest of it.
Okay.
With more prestidigitation.
If you still have some magic in you, you're
cantrips, so I can use cantrips as much as I want.
Okay. You finish clearing off the rest of the contaminants, as you're starting to turn back away from the statue, you see the villagers all around. Some of them are already scratching their faces. The barmaid, as I mentioned before, already has the red spots on her face, and she is standing in the middle of a large group of people. And
he nudges Henry. He's like, "Look, we might have to quarantine the whole city."
We'll get out then to tell people that just trying to force down a odd bit of NPC dialogue as I'm realizing that I'm also infected.
Yeah.
Grrr.
Oh no, we're all infected. This is terrible. Oh no, we're all infected. This is terrible.
It's like they only recorded one voice line for this situation.
And they all have the same voice, like each woman has the same voice.
You see in the crowd they've like reused the same model in some of the villages. So there's like 5 people who look exactly the same.
Well, hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day everyone.